Ladies, beauty will get you in the door, but understand that it should not be your only form of currency. It is extremely dangerous because what happens is that people will siphon that energy from you. It will be so easy to attain where people won't give it back to you and they'll harness it for themselves. And once your beauty is siphoned, you have a very hard time getting it back. So imagine multiple people, if not thousands of people, siphoning your energy on a day-to-day basis. You will be left with nothing. You'll be broke. I posted an Instagram video talking about this because beauty is no longer a commodity. Look everywhere you go, whether on social media or just walking down an affluent street in your city. Beautiful women are everywhere. Everyone has the capability of being beautiful. But you want to know what real beauty is? It's being able to have depth that goes beyond your external features and appearance. I made a video talking about this on Instagram, and I basically touched on the fact that I have a lot of skills, and it's due to my experience, whether in my academic life, in my work life, and even in my personal life. I have a bachelor's degree. I have a certification in HR management, and I also have yoga certification. So think about the skills that come out of that, right? And on top of that, I did a lot of volunteering. And one of my most memorable experiences during my time as a volunteer was that I taught to newcomers who were looking for work and were looking to better themselves academically. Skills such as leadership, facilitation, time management, strategic planning, empathy, effective and interpersonal communication. I do that exceptionally well, and I go to a lot of networking events. And anytime I go to these networking events, I always end up giving out 5 or 6 business cards because I know how to talk to people. I have an elevator pitch. I'm able to incorporate humor, charm, wit, and confidence to the people that I talk to the point where I become memorable. And yes, I am flexing, but understand that this took years. And when I think about it now, when I was younger, I want to say in junior high, high school, and university, I was not attractive. I'm gonna be real. I was not attractive, but I was always a social butterfly. I was able to engage and keep myself involved in sports such as soccer, track and field, because that introduced me to people from all different walks of life, different backgrounds, different stories. And I was able to connect with those people. Now, I may not have been the prettiest girl, but it was my ability to stand out, communicate well, and just be a kind person, almost to the point where I was a people pleaser, but that's for a different video. But the point is this: what was inside of me internally, I was able to let that shine. I think it's called being a late bloomer. And I stand by that. I didn't glow up until I hit my 30s because I put so much emphasis on the internal factors about myself where it got to a point where I said, okay, I've mastered those parts of myself. I'm able to accumulate more skills and keep myself in these rooms. But now I'm going to master the art of pretty privilege. So that's where I had to learn about womanhood, about makeup, about beauty, about fashion, and making sure that my style and my appearance is as elevated and as sharp as I am. So you can say that I had a reverse glow up. So now that I look the part, right? Because I am a woman who is racially ambiguous. I have more of an athletic build, I would say. So automatically that gives me privilege to be in certain spaces and to receive certain opportunities, admiration, and attention. But at the same time, I'm able to deepen it. I'm able to sustain it. And that's what keeps me in those rooms. I have been flown out to business conferences. I have done collaborations with some of the biggest beauty brands and nonprofits and continue to do so, all because I'm able to hit two birds with one stone. There's always going to be a woman who's prettier than you, who's hotter than you, but not everyone will be smarter, kinder, sharper, and more emotionally grounded than you. I don't like seeing women be put in boxes, and what's even worse is the fact that those women will put themselves in a box and stay there. And that should never be the case. I'm very grateful to have a father who is very extroverted. He has this incredible way of telling stories, and he knows how to really engage people to the point where those people will remember him based strictly off of his personality and how he treats others. And that is a quality that I'm so blessed and fortunate to have, because as a woman, it actually gives me even more leverage and more of an advantage than I had ever imagined. And I want to be able to continue to do that. So why not do all that while looking good? I mean, listen, you will never catch me on a bad day. I mean, in my house, I'll be in scrubs, but when I'm out in public, no matter where I'm going, whether to an event or to the grocery store, baby, I'm gonna always look my best, because you never know what opportunities may come out of that. Just a couple days ago, I had a man come up to me and ask if my gold earrings were 18 karat gold. And I said, no, sir, these are from Amazon. And he was so fascinated by that. But the fact that he saw that, okay, I look a certain way, I look put together, I look like an interesting person, so why not strike a conversation? And then he proceeded to tell me a fun fact about Indian gold jewelry. It was a lighthearted conversation. It was wholesome. And then I ended it by saying, it's always good to learn something new every day. And he said, I wholeheartedly agree. Ended it there. Have a nice day. And I go to a lot of events, and there's just a common thing that I see. I see women at these events who are often closed off. They're standing by themselves, or they're on their phone because they hope that somebody will approach them. And these women look good. I'm not knocking them in terms of their beauty, but sometimes you have to put yourself out there and not appear so closed off, because believe it or not, people recognize that. And when people recognize by your body language and your demeanor that you're closed off, they're actually not going to talk to you. You're sending the message that, hey, don't talk to me. And we're at a networking event, an event with the intention to get people to interact and engage with each other, to share ideas, connect with like-minded people. So by you doing that, people are going to forget about you. And that feeling alone, it's so isolating. It's so cold. And what's even worse is that it's going to cause us to not put ourselves out there, when in reality, we have a privilege, and that privilege is beauty, yes. But the point I'm making is this: if you have a certain privilege, that being beauty as a woman, why not use that to your advantage? Why not use that to propel and ascend you higher and further in your journey, whether academically, professionally, romantically, and platonic? You need something internal that doesn't disappear when your makeup comes off or when someone prettier walks in. Let me know what traits you are working on that go deeper than beauty. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a woman who needs a little gentle reminder that she's just more than a pretty face. You got layers, babe. Show them off. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.